Morehead State head baseball coach Mike McGuire with us on MSUEagles.com. And Coach, let's reflect back last weekend. Pretty good series at Tennessee Tech, one of the power teams in this conference for the past several years, and still a very good program. And your team able to go in and take 2 of 3. The last one kind of slipped away. You would have liked to have got a sweep down there. But overall, what were your thoughts on winning a series at Tech?
Well, anytime you win 2 out of 3 on the road in conference play, you can't be, I guess, disappointed. That's a good weekend anywhere in the league, especially at Tennessee Tech. They've been one of the premier teams in the league for the last 5-6 years, and I thought we played well. You never know how you're going to play when you have the preseason or the time in between games that we've had due to weather. I thought we played well. All 3 days. 3 very tightly contested ball games that all 3 could have gone either way, and it was good to come out on the right end of it the first 2. And anytime you lose 1-run ball games, you always look back and say, if this would have happened, if you'd done this. But at the end of the day, it's a good trip, it's a good start to OVC play.
Speaking of the weather, it has played a little bit of havoc with your schedule, and I know as a coaching staff and the administration, we kind of have to worry about all that things. But what kind of toll does it really take a toll on the players, or do you feel like they just go with the flow and are ready to play every day, where and when you guys play?
I think our guys have done a very good job being resilient and not worrying about the things that are out of their control. Truth be told, we'd all rather play home games as scheduled. You get to sleep in your own bed. You're not getting on the bus all the time. Those kind of things. But at the same time, guys are here to play college baseball, and if it means we got to go on the road, then that's what we've got to do. And we've been very resilient about that and been ready to play each time we've gone out there. And obviously we've got a home series this weekend that forecast isn't good, but we got to do what we got to do. If we got to play somewhere else, the guys will be ready to play.
Let's talk about offensively, your club. Shown some improvement, a little bit of a slow start, and that was probably due to not being outside as much and getting the reps that you needed. But what did you see last weekend offensively that you were happy with?
Well, I think we've gotten a little better each week since the Dayton series, and I think this weekend we got a lot of big 2-out hits. I think 2-out hits are backbreakers for the opposing team, and so more competitive at bats. I think you noticed our strikeout numbers went way down this weekend, just competing at the plate and having better at bats, and I think those things lead to success offensively, and we've still got to get everybody up 1 through 9 going in the lineup. We got some new guys that got to learn the college game and their roles and the importance of getting on base versus your batting average, things like that. But I thought we were much more competitive, and we got some guys going a little bit that had been scuffling. So we just want to keep playing at this point and build off of it.
Mike McGuire is our guest, head baseball coach here at Morehead State. Pitching-wise, been very good this season. I know Monday you weren't too happy with the starting pitching, but your bullpen has been very solid, and especially some young guys that have been able to come in and make the right pitches at the right time and get out of some situations. So just assess your pitching performance so far.
Well, our pitching has honestly been a strength of our program so far this spring, and really Monday was the first time in 12 games we didn't get a quality start, and that says a lot about our starters, and the college baseball, that's going to happen once in a while, but at the same time our bullpen has been very strong as well, and even yesterday our bullpen stepped up after we got a rough start, kept it right there and gave us a chance to get back into the ball game and eventually take the lead, we've got key contributions from some young guys, Seth Boyle, Aaron Lasher, David Calderon, young guys that got in there and thrown some key innings for us, and obviously, Cable Wright, Craig Piercy, both have been very effective for us out of the bullpen, and Blake Smith, was a starter for us 2 years ago. He's kind of finding a niche in the bullpen and has been very effective so far this spring. So we've gotten contribution from a lot of guys, and we feel like we have a lot of options down there, and I think that's going to make us very successful all season long.
Obviously, your team takes it one game at a time, one weekend at a time, but as you look, if you've had a chance to look at the first weekend of conference play last weekend, a couple of quote upsets, if you will, and what do you look at for the conference this year, and as seeing from some of the results from the opening weekend, how do you assess conference play?
Well, I think what you saw just based on this weekend scores that no weekend's a sure thing, and the team that plays well is probably going to win the series, and there's a fine line probably between the first place team and the eighth place team in this league. I think you saw it in the standings last year. You'll probably see it again this year. I think the team that shows up every weekend ready to play avoids that disaster weekend where you just don't seem ready to play is going to be the team that's sitting there in the best position at the end of the season. Now I think it will go down to the last weekend as far as determining seeding and probably OVC champion. For us, it's a good start. There's 27 more conference games. You can't put too much into one weekend, and you just got to get ready to play the next one.
All right, Coach. Congrats on a good weekend last weekend. Look forward to another good week this week, and we'll speak to you next week.
All right, thanks, Matt.